Good morning, good morning. It's a Friday. I decided to play the other music that we used to play. I think maybe I'll put those in on Fridays because it's fun. We have a little fitness Friday. It is fun Friday. And then we're going to have a little this or that Friday. That's all going to come up. We'll also talk about a pretty serious topic as well. One of our viewers yesterday weighed in and said, Monica, I'm so glad you're asking us for topics again. I've got one that's a real world issue. And I said, you got it. We're going to cover all of that. So first of all, good morning to you. I'm Monica Adams. If you're just finding the show, we do this Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., sometimes in the studio, sometimes here in Kirkwood. And today it's raining. So if you haven't been out yet, and if the dogs haven't run into the closet and the kids haven't jumped on your bed, understand that, yes, if you are heading out, the roads are wet. So please give yourself a little extra time. We're doing the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show, brought to you by our friends at Invita Health and Wellness. And we thank them so much for really believing in us. I was looking back when we first started our conversations, and it was back in March 1st when we actually launched the show. But they right away at the end of March, we started talking about them coming on as our title sponsor. And so they believed in us, and it just kept growing and growing, from Carroll House Furniture to Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialist to Florida Direct Palm Trees to Kathy Kilo Peterson, State Farm Agent. And then kicking off on Monday, our brand new sponsor, Innovare Health Advocates, Dr. Charles Willie. And we'll be talking about Medical Monday and Ask the Doctor segments every Monday at 7:30. I will introduce you to one of the most phenomenal general practitioners I've ever known in my life. He is a very different doctor as far as how much time he spends with you, and does not charge the concierge pricing, which is what I love. So an Ask the Doctor segment, come filled with questions, because he's going to be waiting for those and he'll be answering for you. So Ask the Doctor, Medical Mondays coming up for you, kicking off this coming Monday. How you doing, everybody? Good morning to you. No rain here. Good for you, Linda. So I'll tell you, when I was driving in this morning, it was thundering. Immediately Tessa jumps off the bed, runs into the closet, and I was like, oh, must be lightning. So yeah, we had lightning, we had thunder, we had rain as I was driving from South County coming into Kirkwood. And then all of a sudden the roads and the highway was dry, which is good. So it's kind of pop up here and there. I will tell you, it was already in the low 70s at 5 o'clock this morning. So today is actually going to be okay. You'll have some dry time in Kirkwood here, though. It's raining. So it just depends on where you are, as Linda said. I'm not sure where you're watching from, Linda, as far as where it's not raining. That's a good thing. Good morning. Happy Friday, Kathleen. Kathleen Morris. Okay, Kathleen said she had purchased some tickets to the November 4th event. I haven't seen them come through yet. So I want to know if anybody's having trouble buying their tickets for the November 4th event. It's our first annual an evening with the Real Monica Adams. We have 2 hours we're going to spend together, at least. Now, I'm sure it'll carry over beyond that. But Kathleen, you were mentioning that you and some friends were going to come to that, but I didn't see your name pop up on the list yet. So let me know if you were able to get that to come through. I know a handful of you have purchased your tickets. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's November 4th at Clayton Winehouse. We are going to have so much fun. Great, great food. Now, for those of you that have eaten at Trattoria Marsala before, you know how fabulous the food is. But instead of going into the city at the restaurant, you get to have all the amazing food, and then you get wine and bourbons and different tastings. Then you'll find what you love. And that's what I love about tastings, because you get an opportunity to try things that maybe you don't want in a full bottle, or you didn't think you did. And then you're like, oh, I thought I'd like this, but I actually like this one better. That's why tastings are so good. And then you say, yeah, hey, get some friends. Let's buy the bottle together. Kathleen said, I purchased with someone else who's purchased the tickets. Oh, Kathleen, are you coming with, let's see, who did I see that bought multiple? Oh, Lisa Duff. Are you friends with Lisa Duff? I bet you it's Lisa, because Lisa bought a few tickets. I bet you it's her. All of you, though, Michelle just popped it in the comments for you. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, it's again, November 4th, 6 to 8 p.m., Clayton Winehouse, right there on Clayton Road in Clayton, in the Clayton Brentwood area. And so we've got food from Trattoria Marsala. We have tastings from Clayton Winehouse. We have motivational speaking. So going deeper into why your life might not be turning out the way you want it to, and maybe some missing elements that I am going to give you that will help you get to where you want to be. And then we're going to have a silent and a live auction and some great things that 100% of the proceeds of those auction items will go to Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, which I'm so thrilled. We'll actually be having Jessica Cook from Yuppie Puppy come back on October 3rd. She'll be joining us and talking a little bit more about the rescue and the great things that they've been doing, which I love. They've got an O'Fallon and a Cottleville location. So yeah, Purchase tickets. Make sure you do it. We've got a cutoff point we'll have to do just because of the food element. And I gave them an idea of how many people I think would be there. So make sure you buy your tickets. And then if you know anybody, by the way, that wants to be a sponsor, they will get sponsor mentions. They will be in all of our brand marketing. And then that night, I'm going to bring our sponsors up and thank them and let them talk a little bit about their business. I'm even thinking about having a show to thank those sponsors and let them come on with us and give them an extra little plug. So let me know. Did you place in the podcast contest? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to check that out. So, Michelle, do we know anything about the Riverfront Times contest is what Carrie's asking. Any questions for me? This is kind of a free-for-all Friday. I'm going to get a little fitness in. We're going to talk about the change of the season. Where are they? Okay, here we go. Did you realize I did a thing with my mom yesterday by the pool because Jim said he's going to start draining it today. He's closing it tomorrow. I hate when the pool closes, but I do love fall. I just hate when the pool closes. How cute are these? Does this not fit with our show? Gourd vibes only. And then this one. Don't stop believing. You want some fun fall hats? I'm just showing you some things that we have here at MA. Mark Anthony's. Monica Adams, Mark Anthony's. See how it goes together? It's MA, gifts, and spa, and a little bit of everything. Okay, these might be way strong. Oh, these are okay. So if you want some cute readers for the fall, by the way, how adorable are these? Oh, do we like these? Why did I put these on? I might have to buy them. Are they too big for my face? What do you think? Okay, little fashion here. I do love orange. Are they cute? I don't know if I need any more. These are 1.5s, by the way. But yeah, he's got some really cute stuff here. If you've never been in, we're right here at Jefferson and North Kirkwood Road in Kirkwood, and just some fun stuff as we transition into fall. Are you looking forward to fall or not? Okay, Michelle said she checked on the Riverfront Times last night. No announcement yet. Read some of their cards. So funny, right? Okay, I can't take this. I'll grab some at the break. I know what you're talking about. There are some hilarious ones, some people might find a little offensive, right, Michelle or Marilyn? So gotta make sure I grab a good one. Sean, good morning to you. Leona, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Julie Purcell. Yes. So Kathleen, Lisa Duff. I saw that she had purchased a few tickets. So good. Yes, you are set, and then there was no problems. Good morning, Wayne Johnson Sr. I love it, everybody. Up and Adam, ready to go. And if you have rain, let me know. So you're south of Festus. No rain there. That's good to see. Good morning. Happy Friday. That's what Kathy says. So Kathy, looking forward to seeing Kathy and everybody else that's going on the Walk for the World tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Different locations, but the one we're going to do is at Central Park in Chesterfield. And then tomorrow night, we're all going to the Equus Rescue Therapy Gala. It's the Boots and Jeans Ball. That's right. You don't have to wear a gown. You don't have to wear a tuxedo. You can wear your boots. And if I can say the word shit kickers, that's what they call it in the country world. You can put those on, put your jeans on. It's, you don't have to get all fancy. I'm wearing a jeans. Actually, I don't want to tell you what I'm wearing. You got to come. I feel like it was custom made for me. I love this. It's such a fantastic buy. And I'll let you know where I got it from after you see pictures. I think I'm going to grab a hat and bring a hat with me, maybe a jacket. It should be nice tomorrow, though. Tomorrow is actually supposed to be in the upper 80s with no humidity, which is awesome. Today's supposed to be in the mid 80s with some pop-up rain. Just be aware of that. I grabbed my my rain jacket that I got in Australia. I was like, oh, I haven't wore this in a long time. So you might want to grab that. Grab your umbrella if you're heading out today. Sunday might have some pop-up rain again. Some of you will have complete dry time, but there's going to be some rain possibilities on Sunday, but the high only in the upper 70s. So fall's creeping in, but hanging on to summer just a little bit before we kick off fall. And in fact, the first day of fall, we're actually going to have hotter temperatures, but again, nice to not have humidity. If you didn't see Renee Vinces on with me earlier in the week, we talked about the Greater Hispanic Festival. So Hispanic Festival of Greater St. Louis, that is kicking off in just a few hours, less than 3 hours. That's going to be at Soulard Park, which is on Lafayette, all weekend long, but they're starting at 10 a.m. today. I hope they have some good weather where you can get out. They do have the tents, so you can kind of gather under if a pop-up shower or whatever happens. But great food, great culture, good margaritas, wonderful dance opportunities, and just immersing yourself in different culture, which is what I really want you to do. So I know that's going on this weekend. And let's talk about sports, by the way. There are so many sporting events for you to go to. Mizzou playing at the Dome against the Memphis Tigers, coming off the big K-State win last weekend. That's 3 under their belt, and they are favored to win this weekend as far as we're concerned, right? It's going to be at the Dome. It's a 6:30 game tomorrow night. It's the Tigers against the Tigers, but we want the Mizzou Tigers to win. So anybody going to that? How about the Blues? The Blues are back in action. It's preseason, and they're actually playing a split. So they're playing at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, and then they go and play in Wichita. Same team, but they're playing preseason hockey, which I really love. Are you ready for that? I know it was a very long summer for the Blues. We didn't even make it into the playoffs last year, but they're back, and very hopeful for this team. Are you a hockey fan? I used to be a season ticket holder for so many years, and then my life just got so crazy busy. But yeah, that's taking place. We've got the Cardinals, I think, are in San Diego, and then the St. Louis City SC soccer are in action. So a lot of sports opportunities for you. Are you going to any of those? Some really fun things going on this weekend. My bestie's daughter plays in the Mizzou band. Oh, cool, Julie. She's a freshman at Mizzou. M-I-Z. I need somebody here. Z-O-U. I'm still on a high with Wayno's 200th win, right? So we talked about that earlier in the week. So excited for him. So yes, the Cards in action, but they're in San Diego. Bill Stadler, good morning to you. Terry says M-I-Z, Z-O-U. Yes, going to cheer on my cousin, number 7, Cody Schrader. All right, let's go, Cody. Congratulations to Mizzou, and so far they're doing great this season. Oh, let's see. Changing the front of the house decor for fall. I need to do that. In fact, if I can get really productive, I am going to change the closeout from summer to fall. I'm looking forward to getting the fall stuff. I went down into the bins to grab my jacket this morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to you, Angie. And Michelle's posting the Walk for the World for you. So if you haven't registered, you need to do so. I actually need to get on the ball because they send you an email to download the meditation information that you need before you do the walk. Never done. Has anybody done a meditation walk before? I thought, we're not going to be talking to each other. We're all going to be in the moment, in the clear mind, and the clarity. That's all going to take place tomorrow. So be sure to register and come out and join us. I think Kathy says she thinks there's about maybe 40 to 50 people. We'll all be walking, and it's going to be nice. No rain. It's going to be no humidity. It'll be a little warmer, but not at 9 a.m. It should be gorgeous. So walk for the.world. I know it's a little strange website, but walk for the and then .world. That's where you go to register. And we'd love for you to walk with us at Central Park in Chesterfield, right off of Lydia Hill. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then Michelle posted the equusrescue.org. You can buy a single ticket and say, hey, I love to be spontaneous. Didn't know what was going on this weekend. But yes, I'd love to join all of you. So $50 for an individual ticket, and VIP tables still available. And there are a ton of us that are going to be there. I am emceeing, and I'm hoping to raise some big money, emceeing and auctioneering for them to raise some big money so they can continue the beautiful work that they do, rescuing and giving therapy to these incredible horses. They have like 60 of them. So we'd love to see you that. Okay, Leona said, love the fall. Leona, you need one of these hats. Don't stop believing. And good, I like this one. Gourd vibes only. I do want to say though, when did these things become a thing? That my mom says this, that all these hats look like they're all ripped up. They look how they're flimsy. They look like they're like 30 years old, but this is in. The kids love these, don't they? This is in. They call that the trucker hat, that mesh. I like more of a full structured hat like this. I do like these. So even though I don't have a lot of hair, I find a little baby ponytail. Actually, what I need, how many of you have short hair like I do? But you would like, I don't want long hair, but I would like to have a ponytail. So I'd have to buy a ponytail to put through here to make it look like I have longer hair. I just need to buy a ponytail, a little fake. Oh, see, I don't like fake things though. Oh, well, I'll just go with my little sprig. That's fine. I do love to wear hats, though. Yes, up in Adams, Michelle. Mark Anthony's Gifts and Spa. That's right. A friend gave me a light pad for seasonal affective disorder. Okay, we are going to talk about that. It's light therapy. Going to give it a try. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break right there. So all of you that suffer from the change of the season, something called sundowners that affects Alzheimer's and dementia. I was asking a friend of mine whose husband suffers with Parkinson's. Are there any other diseases that you see really take a fall and a tumble as the season changes? Maybe not as much summer to fall, but fall to winter, it gets cold. It's dark at 4:30, and when the sun starts to come down, Jim was talking about his father having a touch of Alzheimer's dementia and how they would become agitated. Let's talk about all that. Any of those things happen to you or anyone that you know? Seasonal affective disorder, a real thing. We'll mix that into some of our fun today. That's coming up next. Invita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Invita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Invita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Invita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online invitahealthandwellness.com. Welcome back. I also want to tell you about my friend Kathy Kilo Peterson. Besides arranging this wonderful location for us to do Walk for the World, I want you to check her out. It's State Farm agent Kathy Kilo Peterson. I know Marilyn works there. They have an incredible staff, 11 people with over 80 years of service. And that's the thing, service, customer service, how important it is that they will take care of you, be there at your worst times to bring you back to your best of times. So if you want to get a quote, a free quote, and then they will give you a $25 gift card just for getting a quote, a free quote. What do you have to lose? For your home, for your auto, maybe supplemental insurance. Check them out, kkilo.com. She's sponsoring today's segment, 636-561-6460. And again, thank you so much to all of you for tuning in on this Friday as we head into the weekend. We've been telling you about some fun things that are going on. Let me know if there's anything else you want to put out there, you want to support and promote an organization of something that maybe you're going to. Let's do that. This is what this is. It's all about the community coming together and letting everybody know events that are out there that we need to support. I really am big on supporting local. How about you? Okay, so we're talking a little bit about seasonal affective disorder, and it's a real thing. SAD. Just think about that alone. That's what SAD stands for, seasonal affective disorder. And those that have Alzheimer's and dementia, Jim was telling me, because again, he's experienced it firsthand, that as the sun goes down, so they call it sundowners, as the sun goes down, that they become very agitated and almost angry because you have less light. I bet you on days like this, it might affect them as well. Maybe pay a little bit more attention if you are a caregiver. That's a whole nother show that we've done that we probably need to do again, because I have a client here that's training, and she said, Monica, I was trying to figure out if I was really blowing it out of proportion, and if it's not as big of a deal. And I said, oh, it is, and you've got to take care of yourself. That's literally what my talk was about this past weekend in Springfield, Illinois. How can you take care of someone else if you haven't taken care of you mentally, spiritually, physically, getting your walks in, drinking your water? My water's always here by me. I'll go ahead and give a shout out to my friends, still trying to get them on the show, but Vital. Have you checked these water bottles out? Vital Life. And on this one, it says, and it's kind of fitting with what we're talking about. So caregivers dealing with the sundowners, the seasonal affective disorder, the agitation, the anger. This says, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4, verse 13. It's a beautiful one. You can put a Bible verse. You could put something custom. You can put a picture. It doesn't matter, on these bottles, and it will forever remind you of that verse. I love that. It's very inspirational. But seasonal affective disorder, types of depression, maybe they have some drugs that they prescribe. I'm more on what can we do to help before we mask the pain with a lot of antibiotics and drugs and things like that. I'm much more, as you know, into the natural side, but seasonal affective disorder is a real thing. And I think it's interesting that the letters SAD, sad, it is much more depression and sadness. So let's just give you the medical breakdown. It's a type of depression that's related to changes in seasons. It begins and ends at about the same time every year. And if you're like most people with your symptoms starting in the fall, continuing into the winter months, and just zapping your energy, making you feel moody and you don't know why it's happening, these symptoms often resolve during the spring and the summer months. Because of what? The sun being out, vitamin D, everybody in better moods. You've got more light time. These symptoms will resolve. Now, less often causes depression in the spring or early summer and resolves during the fall or the winter months. Treatment, though, as Carrie just said, may include light therapy. It's actually called phototherapy, psychotherapy, and medications. Don't brush off the symptoms. Don't think, am I blowing it out of proportion? Is it a real thing? And I will tell you, our title sponsor right down the street, 2 blocks away, I believe maybe, and I'd have to ask her. If it would be interesting to bring her on next month and ask her about ketamine, and does ketamine affect? I would imagine it would help because they help with mental health and depression. I would think it would help with seasonal affective disorder. They do ketamine treatments. So maybe if you haven't looked into that, maybe do that along with your light therapy, your phototherapy. And instead of the medications that are maybe masking it and you just feel like you're drugged and kind of zombie. But don't brush off that yearly feeling as simply a case of the winter blues because it lasts longer, or a seasonal funk that you have to tough out on your own. They're asking you to take steps to keep your mood and your motivation steady throughout the year. So realize in most cases, seasonal affective disorder symptoms appear during late fall, early winter. They go away during the sunnier days of spring and summer. Less commonly, people with the opposite pattern have symptoms that begin in spring and summer. And in either case, symptoms may start out mild and then they become more severe as the season progresses. For those of you that are affected by it, weigh in. Let us know. How difficult does it get? And does it get worse and worse and worse as it gets less and less light? Signs and symptoms I want you to be aware of may include feeling listless. Maybe you feel sad and you're wondering, why am I so sad? You're down most of the day, nearly every day. So it's not just like a 1 or 2 day thing. It goes through the entire season. I did a story on this years ago, and I had so many people that were talking about how the light therapy really impacted them on a positive level. And when they didn't have that, they went through season after season and year after year isolating themselves, kind of like a recluse. They didn't want to be around anybody because they said, I don't think anybody wants to be around me. I'm so dark. I'm so depressed and I'm not this kind of a person. Why does this happen to me? But it doesn't happen to me all the time. And I said, well, it's a real thing. SAD, seasonal affective disorder. So do you lose interest in activities that you once enjoyed? See, that's what I was saying. It's not an everyday thing for some people, and then for others it is, and it lasts throughout the 2 big, cold, darker seasons. Having low energy, maybe you feel sluggish. Are these things happening to you? Maybe you didn't realize it was a thing, and now we're giving you the aha moment of, yes, you are dealing with something that's real, and don't go at it alone. Having problems with sleeping too much. Okay, maybe, but the other part is that some people say that they have trouble falling asleep, but then they just don't want to get out of bed and they don't know why. And they feel bad about themselves because people keep telling them, well, you just got to get up. And you've got people like me that are always positive and say, just get out of bed. But I can't. I can't find myself to just get up because I'm dealing with something that's real. Having problems with sleeping too much, having low energy, feeling sluggish. Now, here's the other thing, experiencing carbohydrate cravings, overeating, and weight gain. Now that's very easy to do because we're into the months where you just it doesn't you don't see it here with me, but I'm hanging on to summer because it's going to be warm the next few days. But you're not going to see people in this over the next several months, right? They're going to be layering on the sweaters, the wraps, the coats, the heavier coats as we go into winter. And then they'll say, well, I'll just dismiss it because yes, I might be gaining weight, but it's what everybody does during this time. Nobody can see them. They're not in bikinis anymore. They're not in swimsuits. They're not in sleeveless shirts. That's okay. And they dismiss it when it actually is tied into an actual thing, seasonal affective disorder. Do you have difficulty concentrating? These are all symptoms, by the way. If you're just tuning in, 725, you're tuned in to the Real Monica Adams Show. We're talking about real issues and we're having some fun. I'm going to do her this or that coming up in a little bit, but I did want to address this. I don't want to dismiss it, and we're addressing it because tomorrow is the autumnal equinox, or the beginning of fall. Do you feel hopeless? Do you feel worthless or guilty? Are you having thoughts of not wanting to live? So all these things are really scary to think about. Taking your own life, feeling that your mental health is all askew, darkness, depression. You feel like you're hopeless. You are gaining weight. You can't sleep in the beginning. Then all you want to do is sleep. You don't want to socialize. People keep asking you to come out and you say no. So all those things You may have just chalked up to something's happening to me, but I don't know what it is, and it's no big deal. It is. So maybe you have to go to the doctor. You have to ask about the light therapy, or maybe ask Dr. Sarah. Give her a call. Call Invita Health and Wellness. Let me go ahead and give you. It's 333 South Kirkwood Road. So you could go and you could call them at 314-207-3545. That's Invita Health and Wellness's phone number, invitahealthandwellness.com. Call Dr. Sarah, tell them, hey, you know what? I've been dealing with this for a while. I didn't realize that maybe you could help me. Yeah. Go in for a consultation. Dr. Sarah Franco, Jamie, the staff, tell them that we sent you in and that we would love for you to be able to go through the seasons and not have to deal with this year in and year out, but be able to actually have something that will help you survive. It's the survival mechanisms that we all want in life. So we gave you some of the symptoms. Fall and winter seasonal affective disorder. Those symptoms specific to winter onset, sometimes called winter depression, and they may include also oversleeping, appetite changes, especially a craving for the foods that are higher in carbohydrates. Now, we look at that though and say, well, that's like comfort food. It is for a lot of people, but it's that. Is it an obsessive thing? Does it happen more than you thought it should? And you're gaining much more weight than just a few pounds here and there. Tiredness, low energy, that's all fall and winter. And then for those of you that have never heard of spring and summer seasonal affective disorder, those specific symptoms are trouble sleeping, insomnia, poor appetite, weight loss, agitation, anxiety, and increased irritability. So that's something I wanted to bring up today because I don't think a lot of people understand that there are spring and summer seasonal affective disorders. So we're just talking about the change of the season 4 times a year. And it also is related to dementia and Alzheimer's. I was asking if Parkinson's, did the tremors change with the change of the season? We used to talk about people with injuries and we would say, does it get worse? Does your knee issue feel worse when it rains or when it snows? There's a real tie into science of the way the weather is and the atmospheric pressure of what it does to our bones, to our ligaments, to our joints. It's a real thing. We need to bring Dr. Lehman on to talk about that a little bit more. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll reach out to Dr. Richard Lehman and ask him about that as well. And maybe we even ask the doctor about that on Monday. Dr. Charles Willie with Innovare Health Advocates. Seasonal changes in bipolar disorder. Listen to this. People who have bipolar disorder are at increased risk of seasonal affective disorder. In some people with bipolar disorder, episodes of mania can be linked to a specific season. For example, spring and summer can bring on symptoms of mania or a less intense form, which is hypomania, anxiety, agitation, irritability. They may also experience depression during the fall and the winter months. So when is it time to see a doctor? It's normal to have some days when you feel down. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a pattern that lingers. If you feel down for days at a time, weeks at a time, months at a time, and you can't get motivated at all, no matter what, you listen to the positive podcast, you hang around positive people, you're trying to feel better, you're journaling, you're doing yoga, you're stretching, you're drinking your water, you are meditating, all those things aren't working, and you're just depressed, irritable, anxious, then I would say it's probably time to pick up the phone. If you feel down for days at a time and you can't get motivated to do activities that you normally enjoy, right? It's the normal activities that are part of life. See your healthcare provider, see your doctor, especially important if your sleep patterns and your appetite have changed. Or maybe you turn to addictions like alcohol and drugs for comfort or relaxation, or you feel hopeless, or you think about suicide. So the specific causes of seasonal affective disorder remain unknown. People have looked into it. Doctors have looked into it. It's been studied. Some factors that may come into play, though, include your biological clock, your circadian rhythm. The reduced level of sunlight in fall and winter may cause the winter onset. The decrease in sunlight may disrupt your body's internal clock and lead to feelings of depression. Serotonin levels, we talk a lot about that. A drop in your serotonin, which is the brain chemical, the neurotransmitters, it affects mood, right? It might play a role in this. Reduced sunlight can cause a drop in serotonin that could trigger your depression. And your melatonin levels, the change in season, right? We're getting less. It can disrupt the balance of the body's level of melatonin, which plays a role in your sleep patterns and your mood. So the risk factors of seasonal affective disorder diagnosed more often in women Did you know this? Than in men, and occurs more frequently in younger adults. So pay attention to your teenagers. Pay attention to your younger kids. Pay attention to the young adults. It increases your risk of seasonal affective disorder. These factors include family history. Have you heard someone, or maybe they didn't talk about it because they felt embarrassed, but maybe start asking the family. Does anybody feel like all these things that Monica was talking about today, that's what she was describing you? People with family history may be more likely to have blood relatives with or another form of depression. Having major depression or bipolar disorder, symptoms of depression may worsen seasonally if you have one of those conditions. And living, because again, we're reaching out of the St. Louis area, out of the Illinois area. We're reaching in other states. Some people go and travel in Jamaica. They've been in Italy, in Mexico. You tell us where you're watching from. Honduras, Philippines. We've had people from all over Africa telling us that they're watching. So it depends on where you're living as well. So if you live far from the equator, it appears to be more common among people who live far north or south of the equator. This may be due to decreased sunlight during the winter and longer days during the summer months. Now, people who live in Florida, they say, yeah, we're really not. That's because you have just gorgeous weather, tropical weather. You live in Hawaii. I mean, besides what just happened with them, with the fires, everybody seems to be happier. I mean, their weather's gorgeous. They're around palm trees. How are you not happy? And then a low level of vitamin D. We don't have any out today. So some people might already be feeling it. Well, I don't see sunshine. I see rain and I feel worse. Some vitamin D is produced in the skin when it's exposed to sunlight. Vitamin D can help to boost your serotonin activity. Less sunlight and not getting enough vitamin D from foods and other sources may result in low levels of vitamin D in the body. And so there's some complications with this. If you're just tuning in, we're a half hour into the show, and I promised to talk about seasonal affective disorder. We had a lady that wrote in yesterday when my mom and I were on, and I asked you for some topics. We had some really good ones, by the way, and we're going to be addressing those. This was the one I wanted to start with because tomorrow begins fall. Take the signs and the symptoms of seasonal affective disorder seriously, please. After the show, start talking about it. That's the whole thing. Go ahead and find your voice. Don't be embarrassed by the fact that this might be happening to you. As with any other types of depression, it can get worse and lead to problems if it's not treated. We're talking about light therapy, psychotherapy, ketamine treatments, maybe some medication. So these can include your social withdrawing. Pay attention to that or to those you love. Are they withdrawing more during fall, winter, or the spring and summer? School problems, work problems, and they magnify. Substance abuse, other mental health disorders such as anxiety or eating disorders, and suicidal thoughts or behavior. So there's no known way to prevent the development of seasonal affective disorder. However, if you take steps early on, and I'm telling you right now, we're changing summer to fall. Tomorrow begins fall. So realize that we are just beginning to see the change. We're going to see less and less of this, less and less of the light, right? If you take steps early on to manage the symptoms, you may be able to prevent them from getting worse over time. And you may be able to head off the serious changes in your mood, your appetite, your energy levels, as you can predict the time of the year in which these symptoms may start. So you have to be more aware. We talk a lot on this show about being more present, focusing more. So then you get the aha moments of, gosh, that's why that's happening. Got it. Treatment can also prevent the complications. And it can also, especially if it's diagnosed and treated before the symptoms get worse. Some people find it helpful to begin treatment before the symptoms would actually start in the fall or the winter, and then continue the treatment past the time the symptoms would normally go away. That way you're taken care of. Other people need continuous treatment to prevent symptoms from actually returning. So I want to thank the Mayo Clinic for the information provided to me today. I did some research into it last night and gave the points that I thought were more impactful. So I gave you a lot there. I'm going to take a break. You tell me if you're dealing with this. Do you feel that this is you? Do you feel it's a friend or a loved one, a family member that's been dealing with it? I'm going to let you weigh in with your thoughts when we return.
It's the icing on the cake.
The final brush stroke.
The finishing touches make all the difference in your home, too.
Have fun and get started at carolhouse.com/room planner.
With thousands of accessories in our 3.5-acre showrooms.
Get your picture perfect room and the lowest prices in the country at Carol House.
Because you like nice things.
Of course, it's great to get outside and enjoy the warm weather, but when it's time to relax indoors, be sure your home stays cool with equipment and service from my friends at Aldon. 24-hour emergency service available at Aldon. It's their commitment to continue providing above and beyond HVAC service for all of their customers. They truly care about the air you breathe. Call them today at 314-567-5585 or on the web, aldon.com. That's al-don.com. 314-567-5585. Oh, welcome back. I did want to tell you about an event coming up that's near and dear to mine and Jim's heart. You hopefully had a chance to hear Grace Presavento. She was on our show from Trattoria Giuseppe, the Responder Rescue Benefit Dinner that's coming up on Sunday, October 8th. It will be from noon to 5, and they do ask for reservations. It is only because they want to make sure that they have enough food to serve all of you. So this is to benefit Responder Rescue, which helps out our men and women that are in uniform for the police, the fire, paramedics, EMTs, dispatch, communications, all of them dealing with real world issues, mental health issues, PTSD, depression, all those things. Responder Rescue helps with them if they're injured in the line of duty and they can never return to work, or if they're killed, unfortunately, in the line of duty. Responder Rescue helps. That runs the gamut of all of that. So it's going to be a great time. Trattoria Giuseppe, there's the address on Old 21. Would love to see you join us. You can call and make your reservations. $25 for adults. It is only $10 for those that are 12 and under. And again, the proceeds going to Responder Rescue. I'd love to see you. They'd like for you to RSVP by Sunday, October 1st, but the event itself, Sunday, October 8th. And I do hope to see you there. All right, Marilyn was telling you about some of the fun cards. We are at Mark Anthony's here in Kirkwood. I'm in my little Today Show corner, right? This is what it feels like to us. It's our Today Show in Kirkwood. So, by now, the wine should know enough to come out of the store when I honk instead of running in. These are some of the cards. This is called Drinks on Me. Hilarious, side-splitting, witty, and a wee bit snarky. Drinksonme.com. This is actually printed on recycled paper. So these kind of fun things that are here at the store. So I thought I'd have some fun with you. 1 minute, you're young and fun. And the next, you're turning down the stereo in your car to see better. You're like, hello, it doesn't go together, Mom. You can't see better just because you're turning the car. But right? Who does this? Last night, the internet stopped working, so I spent a few hours with my family. They seem like good people. These are just fun cards just for the heck of it. And I said, some of them, it's kind of like that category when you went into Spencer's and it was like, that's rated PG. This one, I'm not going to say the word because I don't think you guys would appreciate it. Sometimes I stare at my husband when he isn't looking and I think to myself, wow, he's one lucky son of a, you know what? Okay, I'll cover it up for those of you that get offended. But that some of you would think, okay, that's hilarious. Those fun cards, they're so much fun. If you ever been here, by the way, it is a little bit of everything. I mean, right here, I'm looking at one of the things I wanted to do, a this or that. We're going to look at some of your comments, but a this or that. So these two under. Have you been in here for the guys? Now, you can't go wrong with underwear for guys. That good stuff, right? This is called Swing Shift, which I think is funny. So you tell me. Do you like these? Do you like these for the guys? So my this or that is boxers or briefs. Start to weigh in. Boxers or briefs for the guys. And they've really come out with some really fun ones. I mean, look, these have sharks on them. How fun are these? This or that. We're going to play that in just a second. I love these. I know we're getting out of summer, but how fun are these? I'm going to sell some stuff for Mark today. Come in and get these for the guys. How cute. Aren't those adorable? I mean, hello. And what are these are gorillas. If you like gorillas. And then here's some. If your guy likes fun colors. But I want to know, does your guy, and if the guys are watching, do you guys like boxers or briefs? Are you a boxer or brief fan? Those are super, super soft, by the way. I love those. So we're going to play this or that. Boxers or briefs? Ladies, do you like boxers or briefs on your guys? And guys, do you like boxers or briefs? Okay, well, let's look at some comments here. 11 years since Mizzou at the Dome. We always looked forward to that each year. So Marilyn can't go to that because she's going to the Boots and Jeans Ball, but I love the fact that Terry's going. Anybody else? We talked about Mizzou playing the Memphis Tigers. So it's the Tigers against the Tigers, 6:30 kickoff tomorrow at the Dome. So St. Louis is going to be packed. Come on, everybody. Let's make them proud. I know we talk about a lot of crime in St. Louis, but let's make everybody proud. Let's make the city proud. Let's be proud of ourselves for those that are coming into our town for the game. Please, I don't want to hear about any negativity that went on. Hard to get into hockey until football is over. I know, but this is hockey season as well, and they are just kicking off preseason. We mentioned the Blues are playing tomorrow 2:30. They actually have a split, so they're playing here and then they play at Wichita. Yes, football time. It's fall fashion time, my favorite time of year for fashion. What about you? We have our church picnic on Sunday, St. Joseph's in Bonne Terre. Okay, I said if you've got an event, go ahead, put it in the comments, and I will give everybody a little plug. I'm setting up with all my fall crafts, hoping for no rain here. Okay, so the church picnic on Sunday, if anybody wants to stop by, St. Joseph's in Bonne Terre. Kathy says, come join us. I'll be there at 8:15 if you want to come a little early. That's for the Walk for the World. Again, we're going to be at the one off of Lydia Hill, Chesterfield, Central Park. We're all going to come together, but you can walk wherever. I mean, people are watching from states and maybe countries away, but that means that we can all walk together for the same purpose, for kindness. And it's a meditation walk. So be sure to register, walkforthee.world, and then come to our location. Make sure that you get an email, by the way, and make sure that you download what you need so you've got the meditation so you can follow along so that you know what you're doing. Washington, Missouri has their fall festival this weekend. Gosh, there's so many things that I want to do. So today I'm going to be on a podcast at, I don't know if it's live. That's what I want to know. 3:00, I'm going to be on the Stoned Apes podcast. Look, when I say talk to everybody, get out of your comfort zone, like I'm not into marijuana. I'm not into the stoned aspect, but I am not going to judge someone else that wants to do that. But they said, hey, Monica, we're not all about some guys sitting around getting stoned. We talk about some real important things, and they love what I'm doing. So they welcomed me on their show, and I said, I would absolutely love. So it's called the Stoned Apes podcast, and I think it's from like 3 to 5. I don't know if it's live, but I'll find out. I'll post for you guys a little bit later. So we might hang. That's going to be in Hillsboro. We are going to maybe hang down in that area and see what's going on. And then we've got a pretty busy Saturday again with the Walk for the World and the Equus Boots and Jeans Ball. Can't wait for that. And Sunday though is open, so I'm thinking about going to the Hispanic Festival. But you know what, Pam? The Washington, Missouri Festival. I do love that area. That sounds like there's a really fun wine shop that's called, I think it's Front and Oak. Darn it, I'm forgetting. My friend owns it, but it's right there across from the train tracks, right by the river. She owns that, and it's a great wine place. Get a cap that has the attached ponytail. We were talking about these earlier. I have short hair, but I love to wear a hat. And, I don't want to wear a hat like a boy does, so I want to put a ponytail in it, but I don't have a ponytail. So I was talking about getting a fake ponytail, but I don't like fake things. So I just have a little sprig that comes out. Aren't these fun, though? If you're just tuning in, don't stop believing and gourd vibes only. Just, again, he's got some fun stuff here. He's got some beautiful clothes for the men. And then the women's clothes are over at his store right around the corner at Christopher's in Kirkwood. By the way, if you ever want to get styled, don't come in here and just shop by yourself. Let me help you with the clothes or with the purses or with the jewelry. We've got some fun things that you can do. You just pick up skincare stuff. They have a spa here as well. Leah does great work for your skin. So anyway, Terry, your haircut looks adorable. Well, thank you. That's the wonderful, beautiful work of Sherry Anderson. Sherry Anderson, you could get in touch with me if you want to have her do your hair. She's just a genius. She was just at New York Fashion Week, and she's going to be in Paris next year. She's trying to get me to go along as a stylist to help out. I would love that. Let's put that out there. That's the vision board. Seasonal affective disorder has affected me with ragweed allergies and the rainy gloom, not to mention many leaves to rake. One good thing is raking leaves is a good workout. It sure is. Watch your back, though. Just like when you were shoveling. We always talk to chiropractors this time of year, talking about reaching too far, not stretching, and then hurting your back. So be careful. Keep it close and use your core. Good morning, Moses. I hope you're doing good as well. Moses, by the way, where are you watching us from? Would love to know where everybody's watching from. Barb Seegers. Good morning. Kathy, my favorite festival is the Best of Missouri Market at Botanical Gardens. My mom and my aunt used to go to that. October 6th through the 8th, she says. All local food, crafts, woodworkers, welders, jewelry, butchers, etc. The talent is off the charts, and it takes all day if you try to visit every booth, and local craft craft cocktails. Southside Alchemy's Bloody Marys, thank me later. Yes, that's great. So October 6th through the 8th. So what you could do is go to the Best of Missouri Market at Botanical Gardens, maybe on the 6th or 7th. And then on the 8th, come and join us because Jim and I are volunteering at Trattoria Giuseppe for the Responder Rescue Italian all-you-can-eat buffet. Ketamine was one of the solutions given to me for seasonal affective. Okay, I'm so glad I put it out there then. There's nobody that you should trust ketamine to, though, besides Dr. Sarah Franco at Invita Health and Wellness. Why? Because she has it under control. You're not trying it by yourself. You shouldn't, because some people could get addicted, and it's in a controlled environment. I mean, the woman is a genius. She worked in ER. She specializes in anesthesia, and then she opened up Invita Health and Wellness. So from that standpoint, from the skincare line, from weight loss, there's so many things we're going to be talking to her about over the next several months. In fact, she's on with us next Friday. Mark it on your calendar, September 29th. We're going to talk about fall sports and IV hydration therapy. It's a thing that's happening. High school, college, and professional athletics on the sidelines, they are doing IV hydration therapy. And then she's also going to talk about shedding the skin that you're in as we transition from summer to fall. What should we be doing for our skincare line? Linda, I love that one too. Sad I couldn't make it this year. When the summer transitions, I get super crabby and edgy and sad. So Missy Donner, looks like you might actually be dealing with seasonal affective disorder. She said, wow, I never knew this was a thing. I thought I was just a crabby person in winter. Oh, that just warms my heart then. See, I always wonder about the topics that we choose. Are they the right ones? What are you wanting to hear? Is it spreading after the people get a chance to tune in live or those that can't tune in live? Is it actually going and having the branches out, the tentacles reaching? So I hope so. Missy, spread this, as I always put in, that I want you to share, let me put that up there right now, and follow the live stream. You know, Richard always says that he feels it's nothing like the live part of the show because we interact like this. I don't get a chance to do this with you when we have recorded shows, but understand, I still want you to watch those shows because they're so impactful. I'm picking really incredible topics with the people that come and join me in the studio, and they just can't go on live, so we're recording them. There's a lot of time and effort, by the way, put into those recorded shows. Recently, we had Sally Drake. That was recorded yesterday, by the way. I know it may have seemed like I was going to be live, but that was a recorded show. And if you haven't watched it, you have to, because I was talking to an incredible athlete, but we talked about the real things that she's overcome. Her past boyfriend taking his life and how that was a hard time for her to come out of. And then her having her neck fused and the surgery. And then a year later, she comes back and stands on the podium and wins #1 in her category in that triathlon. Also being diagnosed with alpha-gal syndrome. I mean, there's all these things that she's overcome. Living in a family that was a bunch of smokers, but then coming out of it as an elite athlete, right? Potential possibilities. Watch that show. And eventually that's going to be coming up as one of our audio podcasts. Did you listen yesterday? Yesterday's audio podcast that dropped was Tessa Greenspan. So you need to make sure that you're listening to that and tell people if they're not able to watch on Facebook or watch on YouTube, because we stream on both. There's a lot of people that say, oh, I have friends that aren't on Facebook. Right. That's why we're on YouTube. And then that's why we take an extra step. And there's a lot of work that my team, Michelle, George, Hannah, Zach, Lori, that they all do behind the scenes to put these shows out there. So I don't want it to be all for naught. Please listen to those. Tell people to go wherever they get their audio podcast and to start following and subscribing to The Real Monica Adams on the audio platforms. So yesterday was Tessa Greenspan talking about her mother being raped, and she's the product of it. But look at how her life has been incredible, but it could have been so much worse. It could have been worse. It could have been horrible. But she decided, no, from a very young age, I'm going to be something. And she went from the outhouse to the penthouse. That's the name of her book, by the way. So that's yesterday's podcast. If you saw it, great, but listen to it again. Receive it in a different way, listening instead of watching, and you'll hear a message in a whole nother way. We're going to have Colleen and Lauren Murphy and Murphy's Don't Quit. That's coming up for you next Thursday. Marty Henley, lung cancer survivor. That's coming up in 2 weeks. Sally Drake will then come up in 3 weeks. So all these shows will resurface in the audio side. and you'll be able to hear the message in a whole nother way. So please tell people to subscribe to the audio, subscribe to the YouTube page, because I will release bonus content. And sometimes we'll pop on in the afternoon, like my mom and I did yesterday by the pool. I hope you all enjoyed that. I saw that was up into the thousands of people watching it, by the way. So Missy, I'm so glad that we brought this up today, because yes, it is a real thing. Leona said, I try to make my surroundings enjoyable when there's less sun time with a little fireplace, some candles, spa music, good books with a comfy blanket. And even when there's snow on the ground, if the sun comes out, get out there, walk the dog and enjoy it. Okay, that's a really good point. I don't walk the dog in the snow. I just, they always talk about getting it into their pads and how that could be dangerous for them. So do you put shoes on your dogs? Because they do this with their feet when they have shoes on. They don't like them. Let's see. Katie Scott. Oh, Katie's on? Oh, well, awesome. Terry and Katie. I went to college with both of them. Linda says, winter's my most dreaded season. I have to push myself twice as hard to stay motivated. Well, that's interesting, because when I did 75 hard with some friends, we chose to do that during winter, because to me, that's the hardest time to get motivated to do your exercise. And one of the exercises in 75 hard has to be outside. No matter what, 45 minutes outside, 45 minutes inside, reading 10 pages of a book, taking a picture, following a healthy meal plan, drinking your water, all the things to get you motivated and to make you see that, yes, you can do it. But yeah, it's hard to go out in the snow, blinding snow, and you're out there trying to work out. It's a thing for sure. St. David's Immaculate Conception in Arnold Parish Festival on September 23rd. She said that's at exit 180. The band is playing in the evening. Kathleen Morris, thank you so much. And that is going to take place tomorrow. We can't go to that because we're crazy busy, but anybody else looking for something to do? So Marilyn says, I so agree, Leona. That helps a lot. John suffered with this through his entire life. So sad people suffer through that. Thank you, Michelle, for saying ZIU after I said MIZ earlier. Yeah, I'm just now getting to these comments. We've got a lot this morning. I love that. Someday I want to go. I know you love it and never miss attending. Okay, so Marilyn's talking about the Best of Missouri at the Botanical Gardens. Light therapy, ketamine, vitamin D3, metabolism boosters. Carrie's talking about for those dealing with seasonal affective disorder. And I love the fact that we are bringing this up today and that some people didn't realize it was a real thing and thought that they were just dealing with it. All solutions, Carrie says. Okay, Leona, yes, with Jerry's dementia, he dreads the wintertime. Thank you. Because again, Jim was saying it was called sundowners. His mood completely changes. That's why we have to go south sometime in the winter. And you know what? That's the whole thing about the snowbirds. I truly believe that that is why so many, besides trying to escape the cold weather, that's why so many are getting ready to go to Florida and they have homes there or they stay there and rent spaces or whatever for 3 months. And then they come back because they need to stay away from the darkness, from the colder weather. It's a thing. Dan, good morning to you. Tony, good morning to you as well. And family event, we'll send a donation. Okay, thank you. So we're talking about the Responder Rescue event, I'm sure. Yes, you can just go to responderrescue.org and make a donation to the incredible organization you may not have known about. They really do have my heart, even over Backstoppers. Backstoppers takes care of the families of the loved one that is killed in the line of duty. But what about all the other things that happen? The mental health, the depression, the PTSD, the injured, and never being able to return. That's where Responder Rescue comes into play. And when they're killed in the line of duty. That's why I love them so much. So yes, you can go to responderrescue.org and donate to them. Let's see. Kathy, Leona, and I just laughed at all those cards. They're funny, right? They're hilarious. Okay, so I asked you all to answer the boxers or briefs. Terry said boxers. Kathleen, Marilyn, and I had the best time at Mark Anthony's. Great. Boxers, briefs for sure. No tidy whities. Not a preference, boxers or briefs, but I do need to get to the shop. I think I'd go on a crazy spend. So Linda, what you have to do is reach out to me. Let me put my email address up here again, because I need to be with you when you're shopping. I don't want anybody that watches me to come here without me here. I'm going to help you. Yes, I do get commission because I am one of his stylists, but I want to be the one that will get to shop with you. So make an appointment with me. You're not paying me anything. You're just shopping. I'm shopping with you, but I do get a commission from him, but I get to help you. So don't ever shop at Mark Anthony's or Christopher's without me. Boxers and briefs for sure. Good one. Ben in the shop. It's unique. Yes, come with me though. Come with me. Info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Terry, walking, register on the download. Great. We're talking about walkforthee.world. Go there, register, come walk with us tomorrow at 9 a.m. Go to the wig shop and get a real hair ponytail. You know what? I'm actually thinking of wearing wigs now that I'm out of television and I don't necessarily have to have my hair a certain way. I do love this style that I have. I don't want to go long. My husband loves short hair, so I'm not going to go long on a regular basis, but I'd love to come home and wear some wigs sometimes. Maybe I appear on here with some really beautiful wigs. Sorry about that, moving this around. Monica, do you ever just take a day or a night off and stay in, make a fire, put your PJs on and watch a hockey game or something? I have a friend who can never do nothing. Oh, absolutely. I love to cuddle up and watch a good movie with Jim. Love to watch. Actually, Jim and I are very big college football fans. So I love to just cuddle up and watch the Auburn Tigers play. Mizzou, we are big hockey fans. Yeah, absolutely. I do love to be on the go. I am Energizer Bunny, but I have no problem with that. Thank you for asking that, Rose. Yeah, it's a good question. Yes, my back does get affected, especially wearing my backpack blower. Watch your back. It's a real thing. We're talking about raking leaves and coming up to winter and having to do the snow. Ugh, that's what I dread. You're never too old to build a snowman. I love sledding. I actually like the boxers and briefs combo. Okay, so I'm asking, boxers or briefs, that's a this or that thing. I love to be on the go too. Yes. It's because life is so short. So if you're looking for some good underwear, by the way, for your guys, I'm telling you, 2 under. It's a thing. Swing shift. And we have them here. What else? Any other this or that things before we wrap up? Oh, I do have some exciting news. How about this? I'll give you a little sneak peek. Do I have it on here? I think I do. We came out with our line of the Real Monica Adams. She's laughing at this. That's what it's called. It's called Swing Shift. The Real Monica Adams workout line of clothes. So we have cobalt blue, we have Kelly green, we have hot pink, we have black, and we have purple. And inside it says, Know Your Value, a Monica Adams collection. Did you know that? We have that. That was the first launch. So we've got a classic bra, we have a long line bra, and I've been told from everyone that has purchased those that they love them. They love the buttery softness of them. And then we have the pants. Now we are transitioning into fall and winter, and I wanted to come out with a new line. So I am debating on a handful. I showed the girls this morning. I said, maybe I'll allow you all. Again, that's the reason why you get a chance to watch. What do you think about these? Tell me your favorites. So here's one of them I'm looking at. So that would be a jacket. And then here's all the colors, because the colors are beautiful. I like this. And this is actually a spandex and polyester blend. So we would have those, and then they would have MA, a real Monica Adams Know Your Value collection. That's 87% nylon, 13% spandex. So do you like that? This one looks a little softer. It does have like a little cotton blend to them. It's got a nice pretty blue. That is 60% cotton, 40% polyester. And then there's the colors. Do you like that? Which one do you like between those? And then this, my friends are saying that they thought this would be really, really hot. Notice I'm always very big on, we're coming up with different samples, different designs, and I'm getting some showcase from just different distributors. So these would have the thumb holes in them, and then you would have the logo, the MA, and you would forever know your value. 80% nylon, 20% spandex, and these are the colors of those. So I like those a lot for having some jackets. So there's a few options there. Those are the ones I've come up with. This is a possibility as well. This is 50% nylon, 50% polyester. I like the structure of it. And then these are the colors of those. So I've shown you 4. We have 4 there. And then I'm going to have another line of gray, maybe navy, black. There's an eggplant color of new pants with a pocket. I always want to come out with pockets. And then there's some joggers, some really pretty colors in the joggers, as well as we still transition and still have some beautiful months ahead. There's a new bra that we're going to come out with. And then there's a really cute shirt that will go over it. That comes in the back and drops down. So it has a little drop so you can see some of the back of the bra. So what do you think? 60% cotton one, Terry says. She likes that one. The 60% cotton. Let me go back. So you like this one? The baby ice blue kind of? You like that one? So that's 60% cotton, 40% polyester with these colors. And I do think that this one over here would be pretty for the fall. Anybody else? The first or second ones, Joy says. So the first or second. I'm a big fan of this one because of the color. Again, thumb holes, Nice structure. It's got the nylon spandex, which a lot of people like, the little bend and and there's so many incredible colors. I'm going to be buying samples for myself. I'll let you know. I'll take some pictures. We'll do a whole photo shoot, and then we will put them on our website, TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and you'll be able to purchase these. So you said what? The first or second? Okay, so that's the second one. There's the second, and there's the first. And there we go. We can put them together. So a little bit of a different blend. This has cotton in it. This has the polyester and the nylon and the spandex. And this has the cotton and the polyester. So yeah, I like the two of those. What else? Terry says yes. Oh, so you like the second one. Anybody else want to weigh in? Anybody else that sees this later, by the way, go ahead and weigh in. So we're talking about maybe a few options in the structured jackets, the thumb holes for sure. But then the other one, I think a lot of the younger girls might really like this. I'm going to talk to my godchild because this is like a Lululemon thing. And a lot of the factories that we're working with they're where Lululemon makes theirs. So we're just talking about being able to have it with the Monica Adams logo. Second one, anything in State Farm red. So a deep, deep red, huh? So that's more, we have to understand though, we're going into fall. So a lot of the fall reds are more of an orange red, but that's more of a fall red. The blood reds are more your spring. The blue reds are more of a spring thing. The fall gets into more of the orange. So I'll ask, and then maybe we could get some jackets. But what I'd like to do is get some real Monica Adams jackets and start getting our clothing line on you. But on the inside, we're also going to put know your value. So yeah, what do you think about all that? And everybody who watches later, do me a favor, weigh in, because I'm going to be buying those samples very soon so that we can get these out to you. All right, we're going to do our know your value, my line, and then he does, Jeff Kozatek, of course. He does You Are Enough, right? The blueprint for value. We're going to read from Jeff's book when we return. Hi, it's Monica Adams, and I just want to say thank you so much for following along since we launched The Real Monica Adams Show back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that our team can do for you, from styling to emceeing to life coaching to personal training, motivational speaking all around the world. If you have a company, a corporation, a business that would like to book us, email me, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Let's change lives together in person. Info@TheRealMonicaAdams. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment, or online envitahealthandwellness.com. Welcome back, and thank you again for tuning in to another edition of The Real Monica Adams Show, and brought to you by our friends right there at Envita Health and Wellness. And you definitely want to reach out to them for what we were talking about today, seasonal affective disorder. Maybe that will help you, and now I'm glad you realize it's a real thing. Okay, so the blueprint for value, we are 33 into the 52 habits. You know, a habitual thing can be a bad thing or a good thing, and in this case, it's a good thing. 52 habits to discover and strengthen your personal worth. So keep asking until you reach an understanding. Number 33 has to do with ask. Have the courage to ask questions and make significant deposits in your personal worth account. When we stop asking before something becomes clear, we indirectly tell ourselves that we're incapable of understanding. Often we fear that asking questions will reveal our lack of knowledge and diminish our value, make us look dumb, right? We stop asking too soon because we don't want to appear foolish. But what's more foolish, folks? Pretending to know, but remaining ignorant, or acknowledging that we don't know and relentlessly seeking to understand. Ask the questions. Find out. You're not going to look stupid. The takeaway: be brave enough to ask questions until you understand. We'll be back with more of these next Wednesday. On Monday and Tuesday, let me give you the rundown of the show again. We talked about this yesterday afternoon, but on Monday, we kick off a brand new segment at 7:30 with Dr. Charles Willie with Innovare Health Advocates. It's Medical Mondays and Ask the Doctor segment. We're going to talk first about who he is, how long he's been in the industry, what his passions are, and how he can do concierge medicine without charging you the concierge price, because he doesn't, but he spends so much time with you. He truly cares about taking care of you, your family, even your pets. He wants to know all about your entire family so he can take care of you. But before that, at 7 o'clock, we'll have Fred Domke in studio. Fred is with Bridge Bread. We're going to find all about their organization and the first ever Bread and Butter Gala that's coming up October 13th at the Chase Park Plaza. On Tuesday, 10 by 3. Wow, you do not want to miss this. That's at 7 o'clock with Teresa Carrington, and we're going to talk about her beautiful organization. You don't want to miss that. I will also be recording, though, for a future show, Angie Kane and Sandy Smith. We're going to talk about Colton's Cause, and we're going to talk about parents and what they go through when they have a child with special needs. Colton's Cause, what a great organization. Angie actually lost her son, Colton, but Colton forever gives back. We will have on Friday, Dr. Sarah is scheduled to talk about the IV hydration therapy and to talk about shedding the skin that you're in. So some great shows coming up. I'm hoping we wrap up the makeover show with the Vault. They're going to be editing that today. And then our beautiful show with Trattoria Marsala, a beautiful business spotlight we're doing on them to thank them for providing the food for us for the evening with the Real Monica Adams. Buy your tickets. Go to TheRealMonicaAdams.com, click on what's new, and then there you go. It's easy to purchase your tickets there. Okay, what am I missing? Where is the MA going to be on the shirts? Back, shoulder, and or lower front waistline. So on the pants, the first one that we have, it's right here by the pocket. For those of you that haven't seen our line of clothes, I don't have them on today, but it's right here. It says MA, and then in the inside, it says know your value. But we could also, just like these, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see? Let me kick it up. Now you probably can't see. It says first form. So we could put know your value right along the line of the leg. These are all the things that I can customize. On the jackets, I would probably put the MA right here, and then maybe a little know your value line on the here. I wouldn't put it on the back, not on the jackets. We do have men's shirts, we have men's joggers, and we have men's shorts. The joggers, however, I have some women that order them, so they could be unisex as well. So yeah, there's a lot of fun things, a lot of customization. So let me know. Weigh in. For those of you that are live, thank you so much for everything that you have weighed in with today. And for those of you that watch later, go ahead and let us know, because that's a beautiful thing. As soon as I wrap up, the show is there for you. Hold on. Something crazy going on out here. Oh, a woman's jogging and dropped something. Okay, never mind. There's a lot of activity here in the window in Kirkwood. Thank you all. I want you to go out and have a beautiful weekend. A lot of things going on. We've sprinkled in some for you. So maybe now we've had a chance to give you something to do this weekend. And then on Monday, weigh in and let me know what you were able to do. Did you get out of your comfort zone? Did you maybe look into ways of helping your seasonal affective disorder? I hope so. And then hopefully you're able to get through the season and it'll be a better one. Once again, tomorrow is fall. Gourd vibes only, and don't stop believing. See, these are some of the hats you can get as we go into fall. And I have the shirt that I showed yesterday. It's fall, y'all. Tomorrow it will be. We will be in fall when I talk to you next. Have a beautiful weekend. Go out. Have some fun. Be spontaneous. Do whatever you want to do in the morning. And as Kathy said, we'll see you at 9 a.m. And then I'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m., I hope, at the Walk for the World and the Equus Rescue and Therapy event. Don't forget to bring your earphones or your earbuds, and be sure to download what you need from walkforthe.world. I'll see you all, I hope. If not, I'll see you on Monday morning. Go out in the world and be kind, I hope. Please, God bless.